everyone, Chris Stegall with MK Partners down here in the corner. And we are hopping on, continuing our countdown to TDX 24. That's Trailblazer DX up in San Francisco the first week of March. And in our countdown, we are taking a look at speaker and session highlights. So we're going to do short videos chatting with speakers, giving them a chance to talk about the sessions they'll be doing at TDX, and giving you, the audience, a chance to find out a little bit more and see if you want to add it to your agenda for the trip. So quick overview for those of you that don't know, TDX used to be Salesforce's annual developer conference, where the D stood for developer and the X stood for connections, collaborations, crossovers, crossroads, perhaps. But now it was briefly Trailhead DX, and now it's Trailblazer DX, and the audience has expanded. So now everybody is welcome: admins, developers, users, basically anybody that has an interest in configuring and customizing the platform. Because where that used to require, programming skills, now we have low code solutions, no code solutions, and of course, Apex is always still an option. So developers have you know, still get an invite and still get some pretty cool meetups and user groups all to themselves at TDX every year. But I am rambling, so let me continue to ramble just a little bit longer and ask, if you are here for the first time, or especially if you're returning, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel here. Uh, it's good for me, it's good for us, and it's good for you because it means that you get Salesforce news, tips, tricks, updates all sent directly to your inbox as soon as they get published here. But enough about that. This is going to be our first speaker session highlight, and we're going to take a look at my session. I'm speaking at TDX this year. Um, my subject is this Nouveau Tableau, a session that I have done before at Dreamforce. It is a group discussion where we invite new users and experienced Tableau users to gather together and give those newbies a chance, the new folk a chance to ask the questions that they have about getting started with Tableau, or to share any hiccups, obstacles, things they've experienced beginning that Tableau journey, and to get some insight from the more experienced folks about how to resolve those issues or how to navigate those challenges. I will typically start this out with sort of the, few things that advice I wish I had when I started using Tableau for the first time, and then we'll open the floor to questions and answers. It's going to be 2 days. We got a Wednesday and a Thursday session, so do try to stop by if you get a chance. Um, and that actually leads me to my first question for these speaker highlight sessions. Who should attend? In my case, anybody that has an interest in Tableau. I think if you're an experienced Tableau admin or user, please show up so you can help share that knowledge with other folks. That is, of course, one of the huge benefits of the Salesforce ecosystem and the Trailblazer community, is the knowledge sharing, the total lack of competition and gatekeeping almost. It feels like everybody's always happy to help, and it's one of the things that I truly, truly love about this platform. So if you're experienced, please do show up to share that knowledge, and I know you will. And if you're new to Tableau, show up so that you can hear, some tips on things to avoid, or things that I wish I had known starting out, or that others wish they had known starting out. Or if you've never used Tableau before, but you're interested in learning more about it, or getting an understanding of where you might apply it, definitely stop by. That's always everyone's got to start somewhere with all the different products on this platform. And some of the things that I have had the most success with professionally, things like Pardot, are things that, you start at square zero, you go to an event like a TDX, like a Dreamforce, you get a little intro, you do some of the trails on the Trailhead LMS there, and all of a sudden it's a career. So if you're interested in Tableau, if you're new to Tableau, or if you're experienced with Tableau, please check it out. The only folks that shouldn't attend, I guess, are folks that hate data, hate analytics, or if I don't want to put words in your mouth, I'm not going to tell you why you shouldn't come. I think everybody should come. I'll bet most speakers say that about their sessions. Um, but we'll see as these continue on. Let's get to some of the more fun questions here. Question number 2 is, what's your favorite part of TDX? In my case, I sort of already hinted at this, right? My favorite part of every Salesforce event is the community, the collaboration, seeing friendly faces, seeing familiar faces, meeting new people, and having that sense of helpfulness. It's like it kind of reminds me of, and like maybe my college experience wasn't unique here, but when I went to take the tour of college, they kind of gave us a lot of fiction, I will say. One of the cutest pieces of fiction was that if you're ever lost on campus, maybe it was orientation, not the tour. If you're ever lost on campus, take out your student ID card and hold it over your head. That will indicate that you're a freshman and that you are lost. And then an upperclassman will come and they will help you find your way to the class that you're looking for. Uh, it's it's one of those things that it's not true when they said it, but then because enough people have heard it and everyone has gone through that experience, you know, when you see a 17, 18-year-old kid holding their student ID over their head, that they are lost and need help. And so by the time you're an upperclassman, you see that happening again and you're like, oh man, I remember being tricked like that. And you know, do help them find their way to class. And it means that when you're a freshman yourself, you know, you might have been in that situation, but you did get the help that you wanted. Uh, the Salesforce events feel like that. It feels like you could stand in the middle of Moscone, hold your Dreamforce badge above your head, and people would rush to your aid and say, "Hey, it looks like you need some help. What can I help you find? Or you need help with this product? There's demos to see." People are always willing to talk about like their user stories, which I always find very interesting. Um, it's often hard, I think, and especially as someone who works in marketing, to speak to customers about their experience. I think for a variety of reasons, right? But the Salesforce ecosystem, we're super willing to share our experiences with each other and how we use things and how we've been effective or how we've been less effective or where we'd want to see the products go. And they, you know, Salesforce gives us tools to accomplish that with the idea exchange and things like that. Um, I'm rambling again. I meant to keep this short. Uh, the point is, my favorite part of TDX is the community and that sense of helpful collaboration and the fact that it's never embarrassing to say you don't know. I guess that's what I'm getting at. There's no shame in raising your hand, asking a question. I've never felt judgment. I've never felt uh, a sense of superiority from somebody's answer. It's just always genuine help. And it's one of the things that I love the most about Salesforce. Last question, advice for first time TDX attendees. Um, the advice I give everyone for Dreamforce, and TDX is kind of like a mini Dreamforce, is wear comfortable shoes. I feel like that is a little bit of a trope at this point, but you'd be surprised how much walking you do. Um, Obviously, you know, you're like, well, I'll stay close to Moscone. I'm going to be on the conference floor. And yeah, conferences involve a lot of walking. But San Francisco, despite its hills, is a tremendously walkable city. And you're going to find yourself wanting to check things out too. So, comfortable shoes, both for the floor and for the city itself. Do use the agenda builder and plan the sessions that you want to go to, and admit that you're not going to be able to make it to all of them. I load up my agenda with all the things that I want to do. And then when you're actually there, you'll figure out what's close enough to get from session A to session B. You're going to be hungry sometimes and want to go grab a snack, which means you're going to miss a session. So, like you'll see on mine, we've got it's available on 2 days. Add both to your agenda. And that way, if you miss day one, you have the option on day two. Anytime there's a session that I like that's up on 2 days, I add both to my agenda. That way I have the flexibility to make one that matters the most to me. And last bit of advice for first time attendees, if you've never been to San Francisco before and you want to see the Golden Gate Bridge, go in the middle of the day. And this is a little bit contradictory because obviously the conference is happening in the middle of the day. But if you try to go in the morning before the conference or in the evening post conference, the fog has likely rolled in. And what happens is you get to the north part of the city, you got Alcatraz over here, and you have a wall of fog where the Golden Gate Bridge should be. So if you want to see the bridge, unfortunately, you know, just plan on checking it out in the middle of the day. Maybe it's the day you travel in, maybe it's the day you travel out. Maybe you skip lunch at Moscone and go see the bridge, but making those memories and giving you, you know, things outside of the conference proper to experience, I think also helps build that sense of like joy and excitement that these conferences really can deliver. So that's my advice for new attendees. And do please, if you're interested, attend Nouveau à Tableau, discover Tableau tips and tricks, my session on either the 6th or the 7th of March. Um, we will be back again with more of these speaker session highlights. I'm going to try to get some other speakers to hop on a call or maybe record their own and give us all some insight into what to expect from the various opportunities to learn that we're going to have at TDX. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am Chris Stegall with MK Partners, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a terrific TDX. Bye.